How's everybody doing? We This is our second live stream on Thursday nights that we've been trying out, and I've changed a little bit of equipment from last week. There, I got a different. I actually used a cell phone to do it, and I got a different cell phone, and I'm hoping the picture quality is a little bit better on this one. And I'm also using a different mic, and so I hope the sounds all right. If any problems in the chat box, let me know there if you have any issues with it there. So, but hopefully it's sounding okay for everybody. We've been taking a few videos this week. I think it was yesterday we went over to skydive to land, and we watched the skydivers come down and take a video. I'll probably be posting that video tomorrow morning. The sound was a little bit off on it. It was very windy yesterday, and I have a little wind muff that I put on my microphone that should buffer the wind, and forgot to take it with me. So it was pretty windy there. But I did a few little voiceovers on it there, and so the picture quality looks good on that video, but the sound quality might be just a little bit less than what what I would like it to be on it. But I've been having fun trying this new camera out. I hope it looks good here online. I always like to update my equipment and see if I can make a better video, better picture. And again, like this live streaming thing is fairly new to me, and so we'll just see how it goes on it. We had fun last week. We had several people there, and last week we were kind of mainly chatting about camper vans, road treks, and that. And but we can chat about anything you want. So you come on board, put in the chat, say hi. It's glad to have you out there. It looks like we got 4 people online now. If you don't want to talk much, just say hi to us. I said we can chat just about anything. I do videos from how to. Yesterday I was doing a repair in my ceiling. Some of the we had a new roof put on because not the hurricane this year, but the hurricane year before compromised our roof, and so we had a new roof put on. And I don't know if you've ever had a roof put on, but when they do, they get up there and those bundles of shingles go slamming and banging, and it sounds like the roof's coming down on you because we were home when they did it. But in the process, we had a few cracks in the ceiling. And so yesterday, I go, hey, today's a good day to fix these cracks up. So that was my video from, I think I posted it online today, but I did a little repair work. But, I try to do all kinds of videos. That happened to be one of them. If anything can be helpful, and that was a pretty easy task on it. Whenever I do a repair on the road track, or if I happen to get a new product, I'll review it. I've got one that has a little popular on there about a security system for your house. We bought it's an 8-channel system, and what 8 channels means it'll handle 8 cameras, and the system has been really cool. We can monitor their entire property, and one of the coolest things is we let the dogs out, and we can kind of keep track of where the dogs are at. So it's really kind of cool. And of course, our dogs are all our lucky dogs. So, but anyways, that was kind of fun. We use the surveillance system. In fact, I've actually did a couple little videos off of it. One, I was washing the car, and I did a little video, and I was able to capture the footage and use it on my YouTube channel. So that was kind of fun. So but anyways, I always try to come up with new and interesting things to who let the dogs out. Roof, yeah. You let the dogs out, and we can monitor them on it. So what's happened with everybody? I said we've been doing something. We fly the RC drones and helicopters, and that was out last weekend to the field and did some of that there. Getting ready for Thanksgiving. Gosh, that's a week from today. I hope everybody's ready for Thanksgiving. Yeah, Sue, thanks for 100 subscribers. We did reach that. We've been setting at a goal to reach 100 subscribers, and it seemed like it took forever to get up to 100 subscribers. So, but yesterday we made that goal. We made 100 subscribers, and you know, one thing that it does for you, it lets you get your own link instead of the little number on it. It'll say Lucky Duck Productions at the end of the link there. So that's one thing it does for you, and it's a goal. It's fun to make goals with your YouTube channel and try to meet it. Keeps you going, you know. It's like, well, what can I reach the next goal, you know? So, you know, we made 100 subscribers. Let's go for 500 now, and we're at I think over 28,000 views, which, you know, that's encouraging. You know, you get subscribers and comments and stuff. It does encourage you with your channel. It you know, makes you want to make more videos, and so, you know, it's kind of a fun thing there when you get more you know, different goals that you meet on it. So anyways, back to Thanksgiving. We're gonna get some good food this week and get ready to make a turkey and that. Oh, you have 500 maybe someday, maybe. Yeah, oh, it will, sooner or later. But anyways, we're gonna take make the traditional turkey and mashed potatoes, and I'm going to do a oyster stuffing. I did that a long time ago, and it came out really good. Maybe we'll do a live stream preparing Thanksgiving dinner. I don't know. We'll see how that goes on. But yeah, we're going to make, or say, the typical stuff there that you have Thanksgiving. I'm going to make some pies. I made this pumpkin apple pie. Started making it a year or two ago. And I tell you what, this pie is really good, and I'm going to make one of those. And so that's kind of our Thanksgiving day meal will be the typical turkey and mashed potatoes, stuffing, a whole bit on it. So what are you and all having for Thanksgiving? What's your meal like? It'll be just the way it looks right now. Just going to be Sue's brother and me and him. So it'll be the three of us there for Thanksgiving then. So, boy, isn't it funny how quick these holidays come up? You know, it just like, bam, all of a sudden it's like it was hot summer, and now it's Thanksgiving already. Our weather's been good here. You know, I don't know where everybody else is from around the country, but we've still been in the, lately we've been in the lower 70s, which I think is kind of chilly, but, you know, I'm spoiled for being in Florida all these years, but it's supposed to be like 83 or something on Saturday, so it's supposed to get pretty nice on Saturday. So you know, I like it right around low 80s, you know, and the mid to upper 70s ain't bad, but when I get down to 70 or below, I actually get cold. I moved to Florida like 20 years ago from Ohio, and when I first moved down here, I laughed at all the people. Got down to 70 degrees and they'd put coats and jackets on and they thought it was cold, and I thought that was funny. And now I'm one of those persons. When it gets cold, I got to put a jacket, put sweats on when it gets down to 70 degrees. And it's funny, your blood changes after you've been here for a while. You know, your blood, I think it thins down, is what happens. And then you just tend to feel like you're colder than you was on it. So anyways, that's the weather like. We'll give our weekly weather report, you know. The upcoming week looks good. They said they weren't sure about Thanksgiving. They'll call for rain, and this time of year, Florida will call for rain, and it barely sprinkles. Last year, after Hurricane Matthew was in, what's that, October, I believe. We never had any rain until the following June, and I mean no rain. I don't think we had a drop of rain. It got pretty dry, but then it got wet again. After this last hurricane, it was pretty flooded. Again, we had a lot of water and that laying around. So, you know, it makes up for itself. You know, you get a dry period, and then it comes up again, and it gets wet again. So later on, at about 8 o'clock, we're having a Atlas rocket go up, and I'm gonna see if maybe I can get a little bit of video of the Atlas rocket. They're pretty cool, especially at nighttime. It's dark here now, and so the nighttime launches are pretty cool. These rockets they shoot up are nothing like it was when we had the space shuttle going up. I watched the space shuttles for years go up, and at nighttime it would just light up the whole sky. And these you can see good, but it's not like the space shuttle. And this one is supposed to be a little different. They're saying that we might get some sonic booms, and our county is one of the ones that said could get a sonic boom off of this rocket. So I'm kind of curious to see if we get that tonight or not. But it's supposed to go off at 8 o'clock the last. You never know about these rocket launches. They can go right down to the very minute, and then they scrub them for all kinds of different reasons. So we'll try to get some videos of the rocket launch. And speaking of rocket launches, I remember when the one what was that, Challenger, I think it was, or that came in, that exploded coming in, not the one going up. I wasn't down here then, but the one that was supposed to come in, and I was always watching the television, and these things aren't late. Well, the news guy there was talking about it, and he said it should be here like any second, and he's waiting, and it doesn't show up. And then you could see him get visibly shuck up, and he's like, hey, they're not late. So I was trying to figure out what was going on with this rocket, and it exploded. It's what happened on it somewhere. I think over Texas, it was breaking up and that. So once in a while, when you've got a fireball like that, things can happen. You can get anything that causes it to be dramatic. Just like the one that broke up. I think that was it the Challenger that broke up? Oh, Columbia. So it was Columbia coming in and Challenger that went up that broke up. I get my names messed up, but so Columbia coming in, and I just could not imagine being on that space shuttle when it was coming in and breaking up like that. That had to be terrible. So what's the weather like in the rest of the country where you guys at? Leave me a comment. I know a lot of places are getting snow now, and my sister's up in Ohio, and she said they've got snow, but it was a light dusting. It wasn't a lot on it, but she did said they got some light snow in that. And another subject I've been thinking about a lot here is so many of these shootings and stuff at schools and that. I don't know what's going on. Why is all this occurring? What's the issues with that? The next county over from us here this week had I think he was 17, and he got a hold of a gun and he committed suicide at school. And it's like, that was sad. I don't understand what's happening. All these different things. There's been some bomb scares here. We had bomb scares in schools when we were in school, which has been a long time ago, like over 40 years ago. And that happened quite a bit. I don't know. It seems different in today's world when they have a scare at schools that, it's, I don't know why it seems more serious, but it's always been serious. I guess the seriousness is because the things that happen, the shootings and stuff that has occurred in the past around here. And so I think that's probably why it seems more serious nowadays with these things that are happening in schools and that. But I don't know the mentality of what goes on nowadays. With some of the school kids and that. It's I have my ideas what needs to be done, but that probably could be controversial. But kids just are different nowadays. Even people. The way people act nowadays. We watched a YouTube video today, and this guy was pulling a boat, and he comes in and actually he put the video out, and he was he kind of cut this guy on. I don't know if you noticed driving down the road, a lot of times people don't know what yield means. They come upon a highway, especially these expressways and that, and they'll come in and they don't just yield to people. Road rage. That's anyways, this video, this guy did this. He had a big truck pulling a boat, and he cut this, I believe it was a camper van off, and the camper van was pulling some little utility trailer, and he cut him off, and the guy, I don't know, he's beeping at him or hollering at him, Well, this guy that cut him off thought he was in the right, It's like, well, you should never cut him off. But then the other guy reacts. He he catches up with him, goes around him, and actually he changes lane and hits the front of this guy's truck and causes the boat. He kind of swerved, caused the boat to swing around, and you can see the boat in the video come curve around to the front and hit him. Well, he was able to keep on maintaining on it, and he gets up behind the guy and starts bumping into him. He finally got him to stop, and of course they end up calling the police and that. But that was just total crazy. That kind of road rage. They got into it, and that the guy started out. I mean, in the first place, he was wrong for not yielding. That's just what he should be done. But you get that quite a bit on the roads today. There, you get a lot of people that don't really obey the traffic rules. They don't yield when they should be yielding, and just drive like they're crazy. Or another thing you can do is you can get down the highway and you can get in if you're in the left lane. And I swear you can go 80 mile an hour. And I-4, I-4 in Orlando said it was the most deadliest road in the country, and it is. When we go from here over to Disney, we have to take I-4 over, and but you'll get in the left lane, and I swear you can go 80 mile an hour. The speed limit is 70 mile an hour, and somebody will come right up on your rear end, and they'll flash their lights and act like you are breaking all kinds of laws and stuff, and you're already doing 80 mile an hour, because I guess they want to do 90 mile an hour. I don't get that mentality, It just don't make sense the way people drive nowadays, and a lot of it I base it on I-4, which if any of you out there have never got a chance to take a trip down I-4 in Florida, it goes all the way from Daytona Beach to Tampa, and that road is by far it's a nightmare. You get on there, and you almost feel like you're taking your life in your own hands, and people will commute from where we're at over to Orlando a lot, and jobs every day, and drive that, and I think I almost want to quit my job before I go up and down that, because it's just such a it's such a chore going up down I-4, the chore on I-4. But that's a crazy road. So if you ever get to Florida there and make that trip, just be aware if you get onto I-4, that's drive carefully, because they'll make your eyes open up the way they drive on that. Just a crazy thing on it. So I see we had a couple more pop online. Hey, say hi, see who you are, where you're from. If you have any comments to make or any things you want to chat about, we're just trying to keep this an open chat. We can chat about anything you want, all subjects, as long as it's clean. Gotta keep it clean, but we can chat about anything on it. And so, if you come online, at least make yourself known, say hi. We're trying to do this every week. If we can keep enough interest in it, we'll every Thursday night, or if another night works better for other people, you can always leave me a message, and we can adjust it as we can. But we had a fun time last week. Had several people in here. We chatted a lot of different subjects. Like I said, a lot of it did center around camping and road treks and classy vans, the camper vans. I've got a couple YouTube friends that actually live in their camper vans, and some of them travel around and some of them stay in one spot. But there's a lot of fun things you can do with camper vans. I've made a lot of different changes to ours besides just maintenance issues and stuff. It's always fun to see what someone else is doing, how they do it. I did a video here on doing oil change in the generator in our road trek, and another guy gave me an idea with this little it's like a little red spout. The generator sits up underneath, and it can be hard to get the oil can up in there, and he told me I can get this little red spout to put on the oil can that makes it easy to pour the oil back into it. And that's the hardest part of changing that, just so you don't drip oil all over yourself on it. But it just takes 1 quart, which makes it easy. 1 quart fills it up, does the change. There's no filler or nothing on it. So, but anyway, that was one of the subjects we had going last week about oil changes and that. So we've had a few Disney videos we've put up. They we went over last couple times. Went over just because I just talked to I-Force. You just feel like you don't want to make the trip over there. We got annual passes, but some mornings it can take you. Well, last time we went over, it took us 5 hours to get over and back total road time. So it you spend a lot of time on the road on it. So anyways, I said if anybody has anything else they'd like to chat about there, we can throw a subject out there and we'll talk about it. I kind of run out of things just to chat off myself there, and so the fun part of a live chat there is bringing other people on board and throwing out subjects and just talk about it. Don't always know the answers, but sometimes we can just fun talking about it. We've been this is just the second week now we've done the live chat, and we've done a couple little random ones, and yeah, we talk about pets too. That's a good idea. We all we have just about everybody has pets. We have our two lucky dogs. We have Abby and Cassie. Abby's a Sheltie. She's they're just coming up on, is it 10 or 11 now? I think it's 10. I hope it's only 10. But they're both the same age. They actually have a birthday a day apart. Abby 11. Oh, they're getting old. But anyways, their birthday's in December 3rd and 4th, and I forget which one's which, but they have a birthday a day apart. So we have a fur baby birthday party, and that consists of kibble. So we eat kibble in their honor, so it don't taste too bad. But anyways, that's Abby and Cassie's our two little fur babies, our pets on it. So yeah, that's another good subject. Tell us about your pets. What kind do you have? Do you have dogs, cats, monkeys? So we know that pets are really good. Abby's a Sheltie, and Cassie's a little teacup poodle. Cassie weighs about, I think she's around 4.5 pounds. For when she was little, she hung right around 3.5 pounds. And Abby's standard Sheltie, I don't know, she probably weighs 25 or 30 pounds on it. So yeah, Cassie is a tiny teacup. She's spoiled. She's spoiled rotten. She demands of us what she wants, and she's very vocal about it. Abby's very vocal. As anybody knows of a Sheltie, they do bark a lot, and she'll get all excited and get riled up there, and she'll get going, get a barking about it, But that's a Sheltie. Actually, Abby was a rescue dog. I got her when she was about 6 months old, and I adopted her from a rescue foundation here. It's called the Arnie Foundation in Daytona Beach. And I did a lot of training with her. I used to do a lot of dog training, obedience. Abby has done agility, she's done obedience, and she's done doggy dance. And yeah, Arnie Foundation. That's where Abby came from. But the dog club here, Daytona Beach Obedience Club, they put on a show. They call it the Canine Fancy Dancers, and they have a show every April. And 2 years Abby was in that, and there is a YouTube video on that. It's not on my link, but if you look up Bob and Abby, you'll see her video when she did a dance with me. We danced to Mr. Bojangles, and it was a lot of fun. She that was her first year, and we did another year. I think should have been a cowboy. We had a little gun holster on her, and she looked like a little cowboy. She had frills and that on it, and had little guns on it. And the funny part is when we was practicing, I got her outfit all ready, and she had these two little toy cap guns on the side, And one of her moves, she does a rollover. Well, with those guns on the side, she'd go roll over, and she'd feel those guns, and she wouldn't roll over, So we had to take the little cap guns out of her little holster there, and then she would do a roll over there. So that was part of her routine on it. So, but yeah, we've had a lot of fun. We just went over our county fair here was a couple weeks ago, and they had canine frisbee dogs, and they rescue dogs in their shows. And I mean, these dogs will catch frisbees, jump up in the air. They're really, really quite amazing And but I had the video. I put that up there a couple weeks ago online. There you can see the frisbee dogs on it. It's a really fun video. And I said all these dogs that they use in that show are rescue dogs. And in fact, there's a little place, Border Collie Rescue. A friend of mine has it real close to us here, and one of her dogs. He has one of her dogs, and it was a national champion in frisbee dogs. And I guess they go pretty much all over the world with those dogs doing the frisbee catching. And they're really amazing to watch. It's amazing how high those dogs can jump in the air and retrieve those frisbees on it. And most of them are border collies. Border collies are very high active dog. If you watch a border collie, boy, they'll just crouch down and boy, they're just ready. They want to go right now. You almost have to hold them back because they just want to take off and go on. But yeah, that's a fun show. So what kind of dogs do any of you guys have, and what breeds are they? What do you do? Any training with them, or they're just fine to be a pet? Abby doesn't really do any obedience anymore. She's got arthritis in her hips, and she barely can walk up the steps anymore. So we have to scale them back as they get a little bit older on it. And so, all right, well, I think we're going to go ahead and wind it up for this week here. And I'm glad everybody that stopped by and joined our chat. We continue to try to do these weekly there, and get a bunch of you kinds in here, and we can chat, like I said, again about anything. If you don't make our chats, try hit our weekly page, our daily page. I put up a new video every day, and it can be all kinds of different subjects that I put it in on. So, but yeah, check out our Bay. Sue says, "Can you hear me sneezing?" Sue's in the other room. She's my moderator, and she gets these sneezing spells, and I can hear her sneezing. I don't know if anybody else can, but this video can be all about Sue sneezing. It's called the Sneezing Live. How many of you can actually go out and watch a live video and just listen to somebody sneeze? There, see, she did it again. I don't know. This mic I have on here is a very directional mic. And you might not have Belle here. She's in there laughing like crazy on it. Because I've never known anybody sneeze like 10, 15, 20 times. But once she starts, you're in for a treat because it's not going to stop there for quite a while on it. So anyways, like I say, we're going to get out of here tonight. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed our video, give us a thumbs up. And hope to try to do this again next Thursday at 6. So until the next time.